Hi everybody, it's Matt from Prairie Hill. This week, the question of the week is, what is common area maintenance? Sometimes called CAM, common area maintenance. In a net lease property, the tenants are responsible for paying their share of the property's expenses. And these are things like snow removal, cleaning the parking lot, sealing the parking lot, washing the windows. There's a number of things, life safety systems, alarm systems, fire suppression inspections, things like that. So the tenants are going to be billed for their portion of that. So as an owner of net lease real estate, you need to first develop your budgets for the year. These budgets are going to be based on historical data and looking forward on what expenses are going to be incurred. They might be different than what you had in the years past, and costs can go up. So you might be budgeting more to account for things like inflation, or switching vendors or contractors that have higher pricing. Once you have this budget, then you're going to establish the allocation to the tenants. So the share that each tenant is going to be responsible for is going to be based on their portion of the square footage in the shopping center or building. So if a tenant has 10% of the overall building, they're going to be allocated 10% of the expenses. Now the lease controls how this all works, so it could be different, but in general that's how these things kind of break down. So you're going to allocate the expenses, and then you're going to establish the monthly payment required as additional rent. So the tenant's going to pay their rental payment, and then they're going to have an additional rent payment, which is going to encompass these common area maintenance type things. Then at the end of the year, so you were establishing these payments based on a budget. At the end of the year, you're going to do a reconciliation to determine what expenses were actually incurred versus what tenants paid in advance. And in some cases, the landlord will then owe the tenant a credit because they paid in more monthly than what was actually spent. And in certain cases, the tenant is going to owe the landlord at the end of the year some true-up amount because the landlord underbilled the CAM, or the budget was under what was expected. We'll do another video on reconciliation and some things to think about. Sometimes tenants have caps on how much expenses can grow. So in your budgeting process, you need to take that into account, that you need to stay under those caps if you're gonna keep the property's pro forma on track and get the returns that you're expecting to see. So please like and subscribe. If you have additional questions on net lease, please comment down below. And until next time, keep investing.